Hello guys, welcome to the tutorial session on Docker. I'm going to show you how to install Docker in a Ubuntu machine. um, I'm not going to pause the video so that you will know what are the errors or issues I face when I try to install and configure Docker. So yes, let's start with the video. Let's go to google.com and then run docker installation on Ubuntu, and then let's click on the install documentation like given by Ubuntu. So now we have to so here they have given all the installation methods for all um, distributions. So let's search for Ubuntu because we are going to do for Ubuntu in this session. So search for Ubuntu. Yeah, so you have to open the terminal and then run this commands one by one. I'm going to open the terminal. Sudo apt get update, which will update my current repositories, and then I'm going to run this dependency installation step. This will install apt transport https curl and other packages. Now I'm going to add the key docker official gpg key to my system. So at the end of this command you will see a OK message, and then this one, yeah. So I'm going to add the repository to my system, docker repository to my system. So let me run this. So it is adding the docker repository. So if I go to /etc apt folder and open the sources list.txt and search for docker, you will see the two entries added. The first entry is for allowing me to install docker in my machine. This is the repository, and if I want to download the source code and do or play with it, I have to enable the second line, which is not required for this session. So now next step would be I have to run sudo apt update again. So the docker repository, whatever we added just now, will get added to my repository, and then I can run sudo apt install docker -ce. Let me see the, yeah, I have to run this and then docker repository ce. So if you are interested or if you want to install any other specific version of docker, so you can run this command and see it will list down all the versions, and then you can pick a specific version like this docker-ce equal to, and then copy paste this version, what are the version you want. So but in this session I'm going to just show you how to install the latest version. So I'm just going to run this sudo apt install docker-ce. This will install the docker. See, it is pulling the package from this repository. It will pull the docker client and also the server for me. So currently it is installing. Meanwhile, let me show you the docker architecture so you'll understand what all is getting installed in my machine. This is the docker architecture. I always go by docker website documentation. So after I do this installation, I will get the server, which is the docker daemon, which is the very core part of the docker, and then I will get a REST APIs, which is again bind to the server, and then the client, docker client, using which we will run many commands like run, images, volume, swarm, everything with this docker client only, which will interact with the server and then give you the result. So using this CLI only we can manage images, that is creating a docker images and then running containers and then networking part and then the volume management. So all these things we can do. So now I think the installation is done. Let me run the sudo docker version command. So here you can see I am able to get the details of the client. This is the Docker client, right? Docker client, Docker engine community, and the version of the client. But I'm getting a error, Docker permission denied. Got permission denied, that I'm not able to access the server. So to access the server, I have to use sudo. By root user will have all the access. So I can see the output here, server information also. But what if I want to give a permission for my local user, whatever I have logged in also, to access my server, right? So I cannot run every time sudo and then the docker commands, right? So I have to add this user, which is Adirai. This user I should add to this group, but I cannot edit this file directly. So I'm going to run a command, user mod -a append this group for this user Adirai, right? Then if I open the file again, you will see the group added, Adirai added to this group Docker, right? So again, if I run Docker version now, you will see the message permission denied again, because I have to log out and log in as the same user. So this change will get affected. So as part of the tutorial, I'm just going to switch user Adirai. So this is just like I am logging in again, right? So now if I run Docker version, voila, we got the output. So this client as this user, Docker client running as Adirai user, is now able to connect to my server also. Congratulations. Okay, now let's do the Hello World program, which is a very popular thing which we all used to do whenever we start something, right? So let's do the Hello World for Docker. So all the images, already built images by all the communities, right? Open source communities, it will be available in dockerhub.com. So when you run the when you Google for some images, if it is available, it will be showed here. So hub.docker.com, that is where the images will be published. We will in the coming tutorials, I will show you how to push images to this repository, your own images. So now I wanted to run this docker run hello world program, command in my machine. So I will get this hello world output, right? Hello from Docker and all these things. So here it is telling unable to find image locally, because the image is not there in my machine. So it is trying to pull from whatever I showed you, this repository hub, right? Docker hub. And then it is running the command, and then it is running the output, or it creates a container for me and then execute the program. See, now I got a container, which is the container ID, and then the image which is used to create this container, and then the command which is executed, /hello is the command which is executed, and the container got created 16 seconds ago, and it executed within 1 second, because it's a very simple program, just a printout, right? Printing the message, and then it got exited 15 seconds ago. So what it is telling, so this docker command, when I run this docker run hello world, this docker client will communicate with the docker daemon, which is running here, sudo systemctl status docker, so which is running here, this docker daemon which is running here, right? This is a service which is started when we install Docker. So this docker daemon, this docker client is communicating with this docker daemon and ask it to check if this image is present. So it will check if the image is present. So previously when we ran, the image was not there, so that's why we got this message like this, this unable to find the image. So once the image is not there, it will try to pull from the hub, and it is pulling from the hub. You can see the pull complete, check some verification, and then it starts the container. Here you can see the image which is pulled, and then this is the container. So this is the container which got started, and then once the command is executed, it exited. So the exited container will remain in your machine. So we can remove it using docker rm command like this. So after, if I run the ps command again, the docker container is removed. So this is the hello world program which is available readily in the hub. But what if I want to have my own hello world program, which is a very simple program that I'm going to write for you in C language, right? And I'm going to show you how to dockerize this hello world program. So this is the program, hash include stdio.h int main, and then printf welcome to the docker world /n. Right, and then return 0. Now let me compile this program hello.c, and the output I want as hello, right? So if I execute this program in my local machine, it is showing the output. That's good. Now I have to create an image. So what is a docker image? Docker image is a package which has the software or the bundle of files which is required to run your binary. So now I have this hello program, right? So I have the hello program and the required libraries here. So in my docker image, I need to keep all these libraries copied so that it can run. But that is this I will keep it for the next tutorial. So for now, what I will do is I will remove this hello program and then compile it statically. So this library dependency is not there. See, I'm going to compile it with static option, and then if I give ldd hello, it is telling it is not a dynamic executable, so these libraries are not needed now. So just hello, this libraries dependencies got removed. It is bundled with the binary itself. Now let's write the first docker file program from scratch. So scratch means from nothing. So scratch is something we are going to do from the scratch. This is also a docker image which is nothing. So if you come here and search for the scratch image in docker hub, you will find nothing, because this is actually not a docker image. So there is no need to docker pull. Even if you docker pull, no, it will not give you any result. So we can directly say docker from scratch. I will show you. So if I run this docker pull, it will say the reserved name and you cannot pull this image, correct? Because it is nothing. So we can generate just by giving from scratch. So let's have, I have copied the code from there, so saving some time in typing. So from scratch, hello, this is the program. I wanted to copy to the slash of my container and then run this command hello, right? Now I have to build, so I will show you the list of images I have in my machine. So docker images, only the hello world image which we pulled from their repository is available now. I'm going to run the docker build command, and I have to give the context path in which this build is going to happen. I'm going to give dot and then -t my hello colon latest, right? This is my hello world program which I have written, and I'm asking docker to create an image using this docker file whatever we have created. So here you can see it is taking the from scratch and then copy this hello and then asking it to run this command. So if I give the docker images command again, you will see my docker my hello got created 11 seconds ago, right? So now I'm going to run this, create a container and run this with this image. So when I say docker run my hello, we are getting the message whatever we have printed in the hello.hello when we run the C program we have created, right? The same program output we are able to see now, but this time it is not pulled from the hub, but it is from your local, right? In my local I have the docker image created and I am able to run it. So this is how you have to create a docker image and create a container. So even now if I run this ps command, you will see the stopped container. So I want to remove this container which is exited sometime back. I can say docker rm, which is remove my container by this name, right? So by default, if I am not going to give this name, docker is going to assign some default name for my container. I'm going to remove this. Okay, now I wanted to run a web server in my using docker, right? So here is the docker. So first I will google for any web server, http docker. So here you can see a image which is readily available, which we can use. There are certain versions also available, so we can pick any version. I mean, these are the tags. Let me quickly run this and show it to you. So instead of running it like this, I will run the docker run, right? -d. -d is to run it in a detached mode. I'm going to name it, I will give some name, web to my container, and then port, I want to map it to port 80. 80. This is the container port and this is the host port. Host is where my docker daemon is running, and then I don't want to give all these options. I wanted to start the container because I will explain you what is happening in the, and then I will explain you what these options are. Okay, so now I'm going to run this start this container. So now I'm going to start a container in a detached mode with the name web. I'm going to map this port 81, host port 81 to port 80 in the container. So again the image is not found in my local, so it is getting pulled from the hub and it will get started in few minutes. So we'll go and try to browse it. Localhost :81. It works. So you have the container created and it is in running state. See, it is not stopped because web server will keep on running, no? So hello world, it stopped because it's just a command to echo something and then it stopped. But web server, it's something which it should keep serving you, so it is keep on running. It works, right? So diving deep into this, so let's exec. I mean, I'm going into this container which is running here. sorry about that. This I will copy and then paste. So what this exec command will do is it will execute any command which I give after going inside this container. Okay, so here I can give the container ID, or simply I can give the name of the container, web. So we are now inside the container. This is inside the container. I am not in my host machine. This is inside the container. This is the container ID, right? So now I'm going inside the htdocs folder. So usr local apache 2 htdocs. From here only the index.html is present here only. So this it works is coming from here. This it is getting hosted from this file only. Let's test it out. Let me echo hey to this index.html. Now it got changed. Now let me refresh my browser. So I got my own website hosted. So in this video we saw how to install a Docker software in a Ubuntu machine, and then run a Hello World program, and then start a web container. Now I want to stop this. I'm going to stop this web server, which is a web container, right? This is a container. So as I stopped, it stopped hosting here also. It is stopped now, but if I run ps-a, here you can see it is in exited status. So if I give docker start web again, it will start the stopped container. This is a stopped container, exited container. It started again. So this is just like how you are managing or starting your laptop, right? You stop it and then you start it, run some program, run something software. So see, it is serving in the browser again. That's all for this session, guys. Stay tuned for more about Docker.